Python if, elif, and else statement. In Python programming language, it provides us the following types of decision-making statements: if and else, if, elif, and else statements. The if statement can also be nested. Let's see this. Let's assume we have a variable called number is equal to 10. We can create a simple if statement that tells us if it is positive. So if we say if, this is how you write your if statement. If number, remember our conditional statement, is greater than 10, then you end it with a colon, then take note of the indentation, then we can say print what? We should print the number is positive. Let's see if this runs. Oh, sorry, that would not run. Number is not greater than 10. So let's say 5. So we have our number as 10, and you know 10 is greater than 5. So let's do this. And as you can see, the number is positive, or let's just say greater than 0. So if number is greater than 0, it's positive, right? The number is positive. Take note of something. After that, you can always have your other block of code. We can say this will always run, just to show you that after the if statement has been executed, the code jumps out and continues execution of the next line of code. So you see, the number is positive has been printed, and this will always run is also being printed. So I'll just delete that so that we can have a clear environment. Now we have talked about the if statements. But what if we want to show, assuming we have a number that is lesser than 0, but we can't show that yet? So how do we bring that into the picture? We use the else statement. So we say else, you can then print out that every other number is negative. The number is negative. So let's say -10 and run, and you can see it says that the number is negative. So this is the if and the else statement. The if and the else statement is for decision making. It helps you to make decisions when you are writing your program. Now we have a second one, or should I call it in between, called the elif. So elif is like the if statement, but it means else if. So else if something else can run, right? So let's say else if number is equal to 0. Then we can print that out to say print the number is 0. You can have as many elif or else if as you want. So let me make the number to be equal to 0. Clear the environment. And as you can see, the number is 0 because our condition here is true. Number is equal to 0. Okay? Also, we can create a nested if statement. So a nested if statement is an if statement that has another if statement inside of another if statement. So let's see if we can change this code to execute as a nested if statement. So if I make this greater than or equal to, then I can come in here, take out this print. Okay, then let's create the first one. So we can say if if number is greater than 0, okay, we can go back to execute that the number is positive. Then we can create an else. Else what? else if we can use the elif. So elif, actually let's just copy this and drop it there. So you see what is happening now is we create the first condition that checks if the number is greater than or equal to 0. Then when it checks it, if it is true, it jumps into this code and check if number is greater than 0. If it is, it will print the number is positive. Else if, it will check if the number is equal to 0, and if it is equal to 0, it will print that the number is 0. Then else the number is negative. So let's try this block of code. Let's make this 5, and I would run this, and as you can see the number is positive. What if we make it 0? The number is 0. And what if we make it less than 0? The number is negative. Also, you can do this without these brackets. I just like to have the brackets there because it makes it easier to read. But you can take out the brackets too if you don't want them, and your code is still going to run properly. So we can run this again. The number is negative. If I make this 0 and I run this, number is 0. And if I make this greater than 0, 5, and I run this, the number is positive. So guys, this is it on Python if, elif and else statements, and we've been able to also create a nested if statement. So I would see you in the next video.